Bucs are ready to go. Carl Williams has taken his place. Alstot.
This was Keyshawn Johnson here, Pat, just as he's walking off the field, and you can see him wince there.
And he just goes down way off.
So first of all, he motioned to the sideline. Then he went down. Then they worked on him. They checked his back on the sideline. Now he's back in.
Now he's back in and heads out to the left. 2nd and 6. Alstot got 4. First down. Keyshawn comes in motion. Johnson drops to throw it. Incomplete. Batted down.
It looked like it was his shoulder on that last play when he was out there. He was trying to rotate his shoulder, but as he lined up before he went in motion. But he's the guy. You know, Brad Johnson has a go-to guy right now. Of course, it's Keyshawn Johnson, and that pattern that he just ran as the ball was knocked down on his crossing pattern. That's his biggest pattern. You know, come in motion a little and then run across and find a hole in the Packers zone.
Keyshawn goes wide left again. Johnson from the shotgun. Keyshawn, here comes the Packer blitz. They do manage to pick it up, and Johnson throws down the middle, complete to Riddell Anthony. First down.
Hey, that was good pass protection because the Packers, as you say, they were coming on him, and they had the blitz on, and he knows now when he feels the blitz, he knows that he's going to have man-to-man, and the guy that he finds is right here, Riddell Anthony, and he throws a darn near a perfect strike. It was a little behind him, but he found the guy that had man-to-man. Now watch how he keeps looking downfield, and then when he sees it, pop, he just unloads it.
First and 10 Buccaneers. That was a clutch first down.
And that's a tough thing to do. You know, but the great quarterbacks, any quarterback has to do it to play in this league, is not watch a rush.
Alstot knocked backwards at the 50.
You see what else?
See him knocked backwards.
Yeah, but you see what else was knocked backwards or knocked out of there? I think the ball. One thing that Mike Alstott, remember a couple years ago, had a problem with fumbling. And that time he was hit, and it looked like the ball came out. That's just the ball.
He just got Gilbert Brown. That's what knocked backwards.
Yeah, I saw something that didn't come out of there. And that was Gilbert Brown. Now Diggs.
2nd and 8. Right at midfield. Butler, here's Johnson running. That looked like a planned play, and he got a first down. He's not widely renowned as a runner.
No, and he's not. But, you know, we talked about Brett Favre running when you have to compete, and that's what he is. I think he missed a handoff.
I think
this is a run. Yeah, I think this is a fouled-up play. They saw it there. Instead of running out of bounds here, at some point, to make a play, to win a game, you have to do this. I mean, I know you don't want to get hit, you don't want to get hurt, you want to slide and all those things, but a competitor will make these kind of plays.
You also want to know when to duck. And he did at the right time.
Because you know when you're slow, it's going to take you a long time to get there, and if it takes you a long time to get there, a lot of their guys are going to get there.
You better duck. Keyshawn Johnson was the man in motion. Here's Alstot again. And Alstot breaks into the Packers secondary. He might score. Alstot touchdown. Mike Alstott, 39-yard scamper.
That's what we said earlier. It would be fun if this offense could ever get where they scored a lot of points to see Mike Alstott take over and run downhill in the fourth quarter. They didn't score a lot of points. They weren't ahead. But Mike Alstott takes over and runs downhill. There he is downhill. He gives you nothing to hit in there. Bounces to the outside. Keyshawn Johnson trying to get out in front. Doesn't get out in front and makes a block.
A good lead block by Jameel Cook. And the Buccaneers make the extra point to lead 14-10.
Cameron Diaz in the comedy blockbuster, There's Something About Mary, tonight.
6:45 left. 14-10 Tampa Bay over Green Bay. Corey Bradford back deep for Grammaticus kick. He almost missed the extra point. Bradford will field this deep in the end zone and down it. The Packers will start from the 20. 6:38 left now.
You know, Brad Johnson is the guy that started that drive off. And you look at that play, it was a missed handoff. And he was supposed to hand off to Mike Alstott. Now watch him miss the handoff. Now watch Alstott here. After he doesn't get the ball, he makes a block, then he puts his hands up like, what the heck's happening? What's going on? Brad Johnson runs and doesn't go out of bounds, cuts back in, and gets the first down. I think that added a lot, and I think that helped on this play. Santana Dotson missed a tackle, another missed tackle. Good block out here in front by Keyshawn Johnson. But Brad Johnson set it up.
Brett Favre going for the bundle. Intercepted by Dexter Jackson over the shoulder. And the Bucs get the ball back. A flag on the play. A flag on the play.
He was going for Corey Bradford.
Number 79 offense. That penalty is declined. First down.
That was Barry Stokes, the left tackle. He just came in for Chad Clifton. Chad Clifton has a pulled hamstring. They were holding, but it doesn't make any difference because they still get the interception. Here's Corey Bradford. Looks like he starts to pull up there at the end.
And Dexter Jackson makes a heck of a play, heck of a catch.
That's that old cover two, you know, where that safety has the deep half. Dexter Jackson had that half. Looks like Corey Bradford has a
pulled hamstring.
And you're going to see here, you see the hit. Now here's Dexter Jackson. Now watch the jump that he gets. He comes from all the way in the middle of the field. That is getting a jump in the ball and catches the ball on the other side of the numbers.
First and 10, Tampa Bay. Alstott deep. I think Brad Johnson just called an audible. Drops it out to Jameel Cook. Bernardo Harris knocked him out of bounds.
Is Dexter Jackson. That was a heck of a play. I mean, that's a thing that when you're a free safety and you're playing what they call center field, you have to be able to go from the center of the field all the way to the right or left sideline. Corey Bradford there either has a hamstring pull or a cramp. Sometimes when you first get them, the symptoms are the same.
It could be. Second and 4. All stop time. About half of it.
And they brought Darren Sharper up there, number 42, on a blitz, and Alstott ran right into the side of the blitz. That's a guessing game. You know, you try and guess which way they're going. Now watch Alstott. He just doesn't give you anything to hit. I mean, he doesn't have a chance here, but his feet are always going. His shoulders are always low, and the only thing you're going to hit is knee or shoulder pads.
Or the top of the helmet.
And you better get a whole bunch of guys there to do it.
Yeah. Third and 4. Brad Johnson has complete to Keyshawn. Tyrone Williams, beg your pardon.
That's one of those things that you don't want to run a none-yard route. You know, and I still don't know why they put those things in when it's third down and you complete a pass and you don't get a first down when you only had 4 or 5 yards to go anyway. But I guess that's a subject for another time.
That's Clyde Christensen talking with Brad Johnson. Bradford does have cramps. Or did you mention that?
No, I just mentioned that I thought, you know, the way it looked, it either had cramps or a pull, and the symptoms sometimes look the same.
Mark Royals back. Freeman doesn't get far. Don't forget, coming up here on Fox Baseball Tuesday, the Fox Family, Game 1. The Indians and the Mariners will be presented by MasterCard. The Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, 8 o'clock that night on Fox Family, presented by Budweiser. Baseball, the playoffs start. The excitement of baseball renews itself.
Well, here's where the offense didn't help the defense. The defense makes a big play. They get an interception.
Yeah.
They can, take this game over. They go boom, boom, boom. They're right back out. The defense is right out there again. And you can't give Brett Favre too many shots at you.
Donald Driver spit wide to the left. Favre maybe changing plays. Amon Green is deep, and he gets the carry.
One thing, they've kept Amon Green under control.
Pretty well.
That's the thing that they're going to do is not get beat deep and not let you run on him.
Wall limping just a bit, but staying in nevertheless.
He's had a tough day today, blocking Booger McFarland and Warren Sapp all day.
Favre back to throw it. Freeman.
That's his first catch of the day, but you see what he did. He gets open, and he knows that he can't keep running because he'd just go out of bounds, so he just kind of takes a knee and just sits there, and Brett Favre puts the ball right on him.
Makes the reception on his knee.
I remember when Antonio Freeman was the go-to guy that in a game like this would have 7 or 8 pass receptions by now, and now we get 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and he just catches his first pass.
Well, he took a tremendous hit in preseason. And that takes some time to get over.
One of the things that Mike Sherman talked about is explosive plays. And what his definition, you have to win explosive plays, he says. And what his definition is you have to have a 12-yard run or a 16-yard pass, and you have to win that battle. Now, they've had one 12-yard plus run, 5 passes for a total of 6. Tampa Bay has 4. They've won the explosive plays battle, but they're still losing the game.
That's because of that big interception. To Henderson, to the 30. Clock keeps running, 3:04 left now. Green Bay has 2 timeouts left.
And they do figure that they take that into account, that you have to have explosive plays, win that battle, and win the battle of turnovers. I think that's all academic now. In 14-10, you know it's going to go down in the 4th quarter when these 2 teams play. You know it's going to be low. You know Brett Favre is going to have a chance to beat you.
Bradford's back in. Favre moves Green over to his left. Drops the throw and fires it up to Amon Green. And the clock continues to run. Favre limping a little bit.
Yeah, he's limping because he got hit on that one. And you're going to see here he gets the. In fact, the Buccaneers weren't ready for it, and Favre got hit just as he threw the ball. Marcus Jones, the left defensive end, hit him that time. But it didn't look like the Bucs defense was ready. I mean, they were all just kind of standing around. The ball was snapped. They're all trying to get close to the grass to get some oxygen out of it.
Tampa Bay leads it 14-10 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Old Day Kevin. The best damn sports show, period. Sports comedy, commentary, updated scores and highlights. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30.
2 minutes left. The Packers did snap the ball before we got back.
And Bob McElwee came on the mic and said that the timeout wasn't over. Usually the umpire, he's the guy behind the. In fact, he's right here. He usually stands on the ball and doesn't let him snap it.
Welcome to the Buffalo audience to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers lead the Packers 14-10 with 2 minutes left. Exactly 2. The fake is to Amon Green. Favre gets rid of it. Gets it to David Martin. And they'll hurry up.
David Martin, the backup tight end. Favre's trying to get him up there. Again, he's a master at this. He's out with a bootleg, gets a first down, and can run this 2-minute drill better than anyone.
Fires incomplete, intended for Schrader. Through his hands.
One thing about Favre, you know, he'll complete a lot of passes to you, and receivers love to catch a lot of balls, but he will lead you in coverage too. He kind of led Schrader into that one and hung up. You want that ball where the defender can't hit you. But this is why they pay him all the money. This is why he's Brett Favre. These kinds of games, this situation, what the NFL is all about.
Favre has time, throws off his back foot, complete to Schrader. That's enough for a first down. I don't know how he got it there.
I have no idea how he got it there. Warren Sapp has no idea how he got it there.
I think Warren's fine. He's just resting.
No, I think he has no idea. I mean, he's been chasing Brett Favre all day. But watch Brett Favre. I mean, he throws it. He's going backward, and he always does that. I mean, this is nothing new for him. As he said, if he throws 40, he said 38 of them will be like that. But that's why he's so frustrated. He doesn't have to have a pocket. He doesn't have to step up. He doesn't have to throw a spiral. But he just knows how to get the football from his hand to his receiver.
Today's game is being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. The associate director is Mike Roy. The broadcast associates are Charles McDonald and Kerry Foster. Technical producer Bob Muller. Pre-game show was produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. Senior producers Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Goren and David Hill.
You know, someone told Brett Favre, remember a couple years ago, he was having all these games where they'd come from behind and win, and he said, well, you look like you love it. You love those kind of games.
Yeah.
He said, no, I hate these kind of games. He said, give me one where we're winning by 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
Much more relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, a lot of these guys are leaving everything out in the field today.
Favre drops. Comes out of the pocket, hits him on Green. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock after he picked up about 6.
Again, what the Packers are doing right now is working themselves to get in position to go for the touchdown.
To summarize what's happened, Alstott has 15 rushes, 77 yards, the big touchdown. Villa has 3 sacks today, 3 more. That's 9 for the year, allowed first and second half points of the season. First, second half points of the season, the Packers did. They had been unscored on in the second half till the run by Alstott. Screen pass to Green. Amon Green runs over one Buccaneer down to the 13-yard line.
Remember last week, Pat, against Minnesota?
Yep.
Tampa Bay had the lead, and they had to stop the Vikings, and the Vikings drove 94 yards and beat them. These things are saying, where's our defense now? We need our defense. Wrap them up, that guy's saying.
25-yard pickup on the screen pass from Favre to Green. Handoff to Dorsey Levens.
And the Packers only have 1 timeout, and they just took that, so the Packers have no timeouts. I'm surprised if they ran that play to the waste one. Again, with Brett Favre, I think you just let him throw the ball in the end zone 3 times. Remember once when I was coaching, I had this thing I was going to run, and I said, let's run 16, no, let's run 17, and George Bland, who was my quarterback then, and he said, I'll tell you what. He said, let me throw 3 balls, 3 slants to Warren Wells, and I'll guarantee you a touchdown. I said, you'll guarantee it? He said, I'll guarantee it. I said, that's better than my deal. First pass he throws low, second pass touchdown. That's what I would do. I'd take George Bland's advice now and throw 3 slants into the end zone.
Even on 4th down?
Oh, yeah, heck yeah, 4th down because they need a touchdown. I mean, 14-10,
yeah.
There's no reason to kick for anything.
No.
Yeah, I'd throw, you got 3 shots right there.
Go back and think to the last Buccaneer touchdown and how nearly they came to missing that extra point, and that would change the whole complexion of things.
Yeah, then a field goal could tie this thing up.
Field goal would tie it up.
But this is why you have Brett Favre. This is why you pay him all that money.
Freeman goes left, goes right. Favre, flags come down. Brett just took it and stood there.
Brett looks like he's been playing nose tackle today.
Been a long day.
Right there. Look at this drive. He's been 7 out of 8 for the 67 yards.
And some of them didn't look all that pretty.
False start. Number 88, offense. 5 yards, second down.
Bubba Franks moved too soon.
I don't think that changes anything. I mean,
No.
you still got to throw
Still throw those slants.
Yeah.
You'd like to stay on side, not move too early, but it doesn't change a thing, like you say.
Yep, Brett Favre's going to be back there, and this is where you have to go some form of silent count, because this crowd is not going to let Brett Favre get off without a silent count.
Buccaneers lead 14-10. Favre back, steps up, and down he goes. They finally got him. Anthony McFarland was the first Buccaneer there, and the clock runs.
That's your answer. That was the first sack the Buccaneers have today.
Now they've stopped the clock with 22 seconds left.
Again, that run that they ran to Dorsey Levens is the one that hurt him, because then they had to use that last time out.
Clock is running now, down to 15 seconds. Here's Favre. Locks it in the corner. That's going to be out of the end zone. Stops the clock with 8 seconds left. Now this is Favre time.
Yep, this is it. 4th down, 1 play. 1 play, you make it, you win the game. They make it, and you lose the game. I'll tell you, there's a lot of empty tanks out there today, Pat. We're looking at Brett Favre, but you look at those Tampa Bay defensive linemen.
Look at them gasping.
You look at those linebackers in secondary. They're all down there in the goal line. They're going to play a real soft defense. Look, they only got 4 guys up here, and they have 8 deep protecting the goal line.
Here's Favre, and here goes Sapp chasing him, and here's knocked down in the end zone. Lynch, I believe, got a hand on it. Incomplete, and Favre is down. And this one's over. Tampa Bay 14. We'll be back here in a moment. Tampa Bay 14, Green Bay 10. There's a guy who I don't remember mentioning him making a tackle today, Reggie Bush.
Okay, Mr. Manning, your DirecTV system's all hooked up. Suppose you'll be wanting NFL Sunday Ticket.
What? You think all I care about is football?
Well, no.
Hey, I'm into other things. Foreign films, cooking shows.
Right. So you want that football thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 13 regular season games every Sunday, and it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months, plus free installation.
Bruschetta?
An exhausted Brett Favre, an exhausted Warren Sapp. It was hot, over 100. Let's quickly go to Ron Pitts.
All right, guys, I'm here with the man of the day, Mike Alstott. Mike, you got that A train going a little bit there in that 4th quarter. How does it feel? Felt good. All day we kept on pounding and pounding and pounding it, and just came up short, breaking some runs, and one came free, and unfortunately it was the game winner. How'd you feel this week when you knew Warwick Dunn wasn't going to be the guy? They told you were going to be the guy at tailback. Well, it was just a great opportunity, and I like the challenge and the competitiveness I have in me, and I just felt this was a great opportunity to get our team on the right track, and they told me earlier we were going to pound the ball, and I was excited. Hey, good luck next week, and good game today. Thank you, buddy. Thanks a lot. Back up to you, Pat.
This is Pat Summeral for John Madden and Ron Pitts saying so long from Tampa Bay, where once again the final score is Tampa Bay 14, Green Bay 10. Right now we're going to take you to bonus coverage of the Dallas Cowboys Oakland Raiders game. Let's join Kenny Albert and Tim Green for the conclusion of that game.
Thanks, Pat. Welcome to Oakland. Raiders lead the Cowboys 28-14. 4th and goal for the Cowboys from the 3. Anthony Wright looking, end zone, touchdown! Darren Cheverini. And with 1:21 remaining in the 4th quarter, the Cowboys pull within 8.
The Cowboys started this game out miserably with Quincy Carter only completing 1 of 5 passes. Anthony Wright came in to replace him after Carter hurt his hamstring, threw a touchdown pass on his first play from scrimmage. And the Raiders offense, which has been so successful in the first half, almost looked bored here in the second, and they kept allowing the Cowboys back into this game.
So the Cowboys are within a touchdown with 1:21 to go. Well, the Raiders took the 7-0 lead. Rich Gannon hitting Jerry Rice, 5-yard touchdown pass. Second quarter, Zach Crockett, 3-yard run, 14-0 Oakland. But the Cowboys came back. Anthony Wright's first play of the game hits Joey Galloway, 40-yard touchdown connection. And then a fake field goal after Tim Cedar had 2 of his attempts blocked. In the second quarter, he runs it in from 8 yards out. And then moments ago, Anthony Wright to the former Cleveland Brown, Darren Cheverini, putting the Cowboys, the winless Cowboys, to within a touchdown. Raiders have turned the ball over twice. Cowboys, coming into the game, led the league in turnovers, have none today.
And the Dallas Cowboys also, Kenny, 179 yards in their kick return game. That's been a huge story here for the Cowboys, as well as the Raiders turnovers. So the Cowboys special teams having a fantastic day, returning with the fake kick for the touchdown, and now they're going to try the onside.
So the Cowboys line up for the onside kick. Mike Anor, the punter, handles the kickoffs for the Cowboys. Remember, it must cross the 40 before the Cowboys can recover. The Raiders have it. Eric Johnson recovers the onside kick for the Raiders at the Cowboys 40-yard line.
The kicking team can't touch it till it goes 10 yards, but the receiving team can. And Eric Johnson makes a great play by going up and being sure-handed and coming down with this last-ditch hope for the Cowboys.
Johnson, a special team star for the Raiders. His teammates call him crazy, thanks to his reckless style on special teams, living up to his nickname.
Yeah, absolutely reckless. He goes up for the ball with no regard for his body. His total concentration is on hanging onto that football.
Cowboys have only 1 timeout remaining, and they will use it right here. They lost a challenge earlier this half. So this is the final Cowboys timeout with 1:19 up on the clock. The Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros.
Won it all. They had their toughest time against the Oakland A's. They won that series 3-2. Oakland, a hot team right now. Hot team in baseball, and certainly a hot team in football.
Raiders will up their record to 3-1. They will have a Sunday night matchup with the Indianapolis Colts next week. While the Cowboys, who hung in there, they played the Raiders tough, did not turn the ball over despite losing Quincy Carter. Cowboys will drop to 0-4, and next Monday night they will take on the Washington Redskins, who are also 0-4.
And someone will win, most likely.
Possibly.
Well, Rich Gannon had a fantastic day today. Great accuracy. He spread the ball around tremendously. 21 for 28, 209, 1 touchdown. The Raiders moved the ball around on the ground game as well. 4 different ball carriers. beautiful in the red zone.
For the Cowboys, their 7th consecutive loss on the road. We'll return to Oakland in a moment.
Okay, Mr. Manning, your DirecTV.
As we welcome you to the Autotrader.com postgame report here in Los Angeles, Chris, Howie, Terry, yours truly, James Brown. Let's get you caught up on the day in football, in the National Football League. An outstanding finish toward the end there with Tampa Bay and Green Bay.
Patriotism running awfully high at Raymond James Stadium. Look at this, gun down the right sideline. Schrader takes his own adjustment outside the corner, beats the safety over Favre with that gun, fires it in there. 67-yard touchdown. We're tied at 7-all. Mike Alstott from Johnson bounces up to the inside, picks up number 19, Keyshawn Johnson. 1 block, 2 blocks, 39-yard touchdown run. Green Bay loses at Raymond James Stadium to Tampa Bay, 14-10.
The Tampa Bay defense was outstanding on that last drive. Now 31 consecutive games with at least 1 sack. Ron Pitts, our reporter, caught up after the game with Warren Sapp.
No, you guys talked about it all week. You needed a big win. You got it here at home.
And it took everybody we got. That's what we going accustomed to playing. It's a hard-fought game. It's a great ball club, getting ourselves back in first place, and let's roll from here.
What did you guys do different on defense? You weren't able to stop the Vikings like you wanted to. It looked like Brett was getting it going, but then you guys got it going.
No, we had it going early with a couple turnovers early. Of course, made a big play for us down there at the goal line and take it all the way back to the house for a scoring. Offense come through for us with Big Mike running the ball, and that's Buck ball, baby.
Did Tony Dungy say anything different this week? This was a big win situation, a must-win situation.
We've been around long enough and around him long enough to know when he wants the game. And we needed this one. We need to put ourselves back in first place, and we got it.
Has the defense ever left it on the field like this before? I mean, the Heat, everybody talked about the Heat for Green Bay, but the Heat was getting you guys, too.
Hey, baby, it's all about football. Right. Ain't nothing like it.
All right, thanks, Warren.
And it is all about football. And Howie, I know you said at the top of the day that this will be a real test, perhaps the first test for Green Bay this year.
Yeah, and short of winning the game, I think Green Bay showed us a great deal in terms of where they are as a team, particularly on defense. And Brett Favre is Brett Favre. But, you know, Tampa Bay steps back up in that Central Division, and they're #1 right now. Outstanding effort by both teams. This is like Ali Frazier.
It was a good one today. Chargers and Packers both get beat, means the Rams are the only undefeated team left in the National Football League. In the AFC, watch out for the world champion Ravens. They were awesome today against Tennessee.
All right. Awesome. In that game, you still on this case. In the game today against the Raiders, the Cowboys were a huge underdog. Wound up still losing, but only by 7.
All right, Kansas City did. Terrell Davis in street clothes on the sideline. Mike Anderson in his stead takes his, goes up inside. Howie breaks to the outside, turns on the speed. One great stiff arm here. 62 yards later, touchdown. Denver up 7-zip. Greasy back play action, which he does so well, just like his dad. To Rod Smith, crossing route, 4-yard touchdown, 20-6. Denver over KC. In under 2 minutes left. Trent Green throws this one up for grabs. Delta O'Neal picks off his 4th pass in this football game, ties an NFL record for most interceptions in one game. 20-6 is the final, Denver.
Another Trent had a good day.
Dilford out, rolling right. A Tuamili touchdown pass. Rule of 1 yard, 7-3 Seahawks. And then Sean Alexander in for the injured Ricky Waters. Bounces right, bounces left, outside, turns on that Alabama speed. 14-yard touchdown. Well, got us the final 24-15 Seahawks. Go to 2-2 on the year.
2 minutes left in the contest here between the Jets and the Bills. Jets up comfortably, 42-29.
A great feeling, Howie, is it not? Nick Bonaconte, as we watch him receive his Hall of Fame ring right there before the game. Miami quarterback Jay Fiedler to Jed Weaver, 14-yard touchdown. Weaver's first career touchdown at 17-10. And then Jason Taylor inside recovers fumble for a 1-yard touchdown. Miami gets back on the winning ways. 30-10 over the Patriots.
Congratulations, Nick Bonaconte, Chris's guy.
Yes.
Dante Culpepper setting up in the pocket under pressure. Steps up, rolls left. Big man scrambles in, coughs it up. Chris Oldham then finally will scoop it up. Turns on the speed, 38 yards later, touchdown. Saints take care of Minnesota. Revenge that playoff loss last year, 28-15 over the Vikings.
All right, meanwhile, in Atlanta, the Bears win their first back-to-back games under Dick Duran, 31-3 in that contest. Redskins looked awfully sloppy today again. 3rd out of 4 games, they did not score a touchdown. Giants won it 23-9.
Oh, there he is. Chase the snake. Oh, man. We'll see. Play action. Look left. Get that safety out of there. Throws it back. Underthrow. Perfect play from Marte Jenkins. 35-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. And you got it. Arizona on the road takes care of the Eagles. 21-20, Chris.
Yes, he's calling Chris's name because Terry said Plummer
Calling him out like a dog.
And guess what? Dave McGinnis, the head coach, had reason to gloat after the game.
This is our football team, and you're my players. And all week, we talked about, we'll see. At halftime, we said, we'll see. In the third quarter, we said, we'll see. In the fourth quarter, we said, we'll see. At the end of the game, they
All right, so the Ravens now knock the Titans off. Titans are 0-3 for the first time since '94. The Browns have already equaled their victory total from last season with 3, and Jerome Bettis with his 153 yards now in a 10,000-yard career rushing category. Outstanding day. Other top performances, the Saints defense. Third consecutive game with at least 5 sacks. You heard me talk about Jerome Bettis. Sean Alexander, 2 touchdowns on a day, and Delta O'Neal with 4 picks in the game. Next week on Fox NFL Sunday, of course, the pregame show starts at 12 noon, followed by these games, the Giants and the Rams.
Huge game.
And another one you like there?
Lions and Vikings. Yes.
All right, but we're very good comments.
Yes,
all right, let's talk a little baseball. Barry Bonds. What did he do?
Which was that, Jay?
Number 73. He wanted to go in the record books, okay?
He took a little something off that.
73. A lot something off of it, Howie, as the Giants go on to win. And Ricky Henderson, congratulations. He got his 3,000th hit, joining teammate Tony Gwynn. All right, folks. Baseball playoffs begin on Tuesday. The Braves at the Astros, that's on Fox Family, Game 1. Then back to the Fox Network, Indians at the Mariners, and go back to Fox Family for the Cardinals at the Diamondbacks. Prime time, yes, indeed, will be coming up your way up next. You know what? Let me give somebody a chance to say something finally for the day. Chris and Plummer, huh?
Terry Bradshaw called the Arizona Cardinals win today, and Jake Plummer's moment, a defining moment. I say, we'll see.
You're so
Chris
strong.
has inspired a number of people this week.
Including you.
Jake Plummer, New Orleans offensive line.
He always does it. All right, folks, prime time is coming up next. And for those of you who want to get the latest developments on the U.S.'s military action in Afghanistan, tune in to your Fox News channel. We'll see you next week on Fox NFL Sunday. We'll see, as they saw.